Alright, I wanted to give you a preview of how the money management strategies work. I set this up for Cobra 5 and the New York Scalper originally, and so that's what I'm going to be using. This is Cobra 5. It's a counter trend long only system, and the window on the left is the original strategy, and as you can see at the bottom there is it saves the data, and then that data is used to in another TradeStation workspace via a DLL. And so get the when you purchase this, you can have instructions on how to set this up. This is a DLL. It's in the TradeStation forums, and so that DLL could be used on your own. But what I'm offering is my money management algorithms, my original trading systems. And so starting with Cobra 5, let's take a look at the performance summary. This is a emerging market system that we started during the new presidential administration in March of '09. You can see here, it did very well until around the flash crash happened in here. So there was some drawdown, and then the flash crash, and we had a downtrend. And overall, we want to look at how can we stop trading this if this system goes into a drawdown, and how will we know when to get back in. And so I set this up so that originally, if it goes into a $3,000 drawdown, it stops, and if it goes into a $3,000 run up, it gets back in. I've also looked at the 100 period moving average of the equity curve, and I've also looked at combining those two strategies. So there's three money management algorithms here for Cobra 5, and let me show you how that works. So we put this in here, we rewrite the strategy to include those rules, and these are the results. If you take a look, this is using, if you look at this strategy, you can see different rules. I have three different rules here. That is no longer what I'm using, but I'm using, so rule 2 here is the 100 period moving average. If we look at rule 1, we can see you can also change your drawdown numbers. So I mentioned $3,000 drawdown, $3,000 run up, boom, you can change those numbers on the inputs. These are the original inputs on the Cobra 5 strategy. It's got a quick exit version, so you could trade 2 contracts, and you trade this to change the quick exit to 1, which means that half the contracts will exit at 11 o'clock Eastern time once it's in. If you change this to 0, there will not be a quick exit time, and if you change this quick exit number to 2, all the contracts will exit by 11. So there's 3 different ways to exit this. We're just going with the default version. Default number is 0 here, and we're looking at a $1,400 stop loss. A dollar trailing, you can add that. I've made this number very large because we're not using a trailing stop loss, and if you make an input like a trailing stop loss or profit target very large like this, it will never get hit, and in effect it is not being used. And so these are just the default from contracts down. Those are just the default numbers for the original version. All we're adding here is the which rule number we're talking about, and these drawdown limits are run up amounts. And so let's change it to rule 1 and take a look. I'm sending this out in the email, as you can see below too, so you can get a review of this in the email below. There's the equity curve. We want to combine rule 1 and rule 2. We just go to rule 3, and when you get this, you get the open code. And I'm also including for this week the bonus code, which includes the open code for Cobra 1 through 4. And so you'll get all 5 of these strategies open code, as well as New York Scalper. And so this is what happens here. Pretty good equity curve from 2009 forward, based on this long only counter trend strategy Cobra 5. This also trades on other markets as well, such as the E-mini S&P and the E-mini mid caps, and I like it a lot on the E-mini Russell. Counter trend strategies on E-mini Russell because of the sharp changes that can be made in this market. So let's look at New York Scalper. The New York Scalper is the here's the original strategy in this window, and you can see the ADE save DPL 20. You have the DLL at the bottom that passes information to this, and what this does is it trades after a losing day of $100 or more. And so you get the open code for that as well. You get the open code for the original New York Scalper. You get the open code for the new version with the money management strategy. It's not trading today because it did not have a $100 loser, or greater than $100 loser, or didn't meet the rules in the code. So If you take a look at this New York Scalper, the original version, so far today it's had all winners. All limit orders looks like could have been filled. This was at the high, so it may not have been filled. Dude had to, exit at the market and maybe get some slippage there. So most of these are limit orders, and so this is how these strategies work. So check out below in this email as well. You can see the results and get more information. And I just wanted to give you this video review so you could see it in real time and see what the charts look like and know what you're getting. So let me know if you have any questions.